ABC 10 News 24/7 starts now.
And good evening. I'm Steve Atkinson coming to you on our ABC 10 News streaming platform. A driver is facing a potential DUI charge for a deadly crash that killed a 5-year-old girl and critically injured 2 toddlers in Deer Springs. That scene unfolded around 2:30 this morning. The CHP says that a woman veered off the I-15 near Gopher Canyon Road exit and tumbled down an embankment. She suffered minor injuries, and CHP does believe that alcohol was a factor in this case. She is now facing multiple charges, including felony DUI causing death. And now to the latest on coronavirus in San Diego County. 275 new cases were reported today. That brings our total to more than 285,000. And there were 4 new deaths, bringing that total to 3,786. A local mother says that she was diagnosed with a rare neurological disorder after receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Kelly Francis got the single shot back in April. She says about a week later, her feet started to hurt, then her legs. And days later after that, she woke up with an intense neck pain and her face was frozen. 5 days later, she fell and was completely paralyzed from the waist down. In mid-May, a spinal tap revealed a diagnosis of Guillain-Barré syndrome, also known as GBS, where the immune system attacks nerve cells. Francis says her neurologist believes it came from the vaccine.
I was angry because I was told to get this to prevent COVID, and this is so much worse, and it has long-term consequences.
Just yesterday, the FDA did warn of a possible link between the J&J vaccine and GBS as they look into about 100 cases. But again, this is out of 13 million doses given. The first checks from California's Golden State stimulus program will go out September 1st. That's according to a spokesperson for the governor's press office. 2 out of every 3 Californians qualify to receive $600 stimulus checks. Qualified families with children will get an extra $500 on top of that. Today, the San Diego Police Department also announced a crackdown on ghost guns. A ghost gun is a homemade gun that does not have a serial number and is not registered with the state. In 2018, San Diego police say that they seized about 53 of these ghost guns. That number has gone up every single year. This year, they've already seized 233. San Diego police have also created a ghost gun team of a sergeant and several detectives to try and tackle this issue head on. And now there are calls for the city to create its own laws on ghost guns.
I want our city council to act, especially because the new California regulations won't be in place for another year, not until July of 2022. And I don't want us to wait a year to act locally here.
Gun rights advocates say that existing laws are restrictive enough right now, and the fact that ghost gun numbers are on the rise anyway proves that more laws won't actually solve the problem. A pastor's wife has been arrested for his murder in Lemon Grove. The shooting unfolded Monday evening on Camino de las Palmas. The sheriff's deputies say that Gabriella Shepard called 911 saying that she had shot her husband Noah, thinking that he was an intruder. Well, later that night, she was arrested. Noah was a pastor at the Reformed Presbyterian Church. Members say that he was well respected too. He and his wife had been married since 2016, and he is the father to 2 children. ABC 10 News checked court records, and the couple has no prior domestic violence or restraining orders in the home. A family was shaken when the driver of an SUV slammed into their Mount Hope home while they were sleeping. This was the scene around 2 o'clock this morning on Home Avenue, across from the off-ramp from State Route 94. Witnesses say after the driver exited the freeway, the SUV went through a stop sign and then struck a guardrail before slamming into the back of the house. That driver got out and ran away. Police have not yet been able to locate that person. The family inside the home was not hurt, but stunned, of course, by the events. Still need to get that real ID. AAA says it will offer its members the chance to sign up at 19 of its locations later this month, including the location in Claremont. Members will need to make an appointment on the California DMV website and fill out some forms beforehand. Of course, this is all part of a pilot program to streamline the process to make it easier for people to get their real ID. And a milestone moment for the transformation of the old Qualcomm Stadium to the new Aztec Stadium. In Mission Valley today, crews placed the final steel beam, which signifies the completion of the framing. Crews say that construction is on schedule so far. That new stadium is set to open in the fall of 2022. More local news after Game 4 of the NBA Finals. We'll see you then.